Da 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 do 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 da 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 do 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 da da da. The boundary feels unclear, not crossed, not close. Sound sits at a middle distance, neither near nor far. The body stays between states, not resting, not active. Small movements continue without intention, without pause. The ground feels consistent, each contact the same. Breathing stays even in, out without notice. Neither inside nor outside without emphasis. Neither inside nor outside and workable. Light reaches without direction, no shadow claims attention. Attention stays lightly engaged, not fixed, not drifting on. Time moves without labels, as one span without markers. Everything remains accessible. Life without rooting, neither inside nor outside at the same level. Neither inside nor outside and whole. The voice remains internal, never projecting outward. Phrases appear briefly, then clear, without response. Moments resolve immediately, leaving no trace. The flow stays functional because it doesn't decide. Groove section, a steady condition, repeat without signal. Another follows without reply. Nothing fills the intervals, they remain open. This continues long enough to blend. Distance feels neutral, not framed, not evaluated. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing dissolves away. The setting maintains balance without guidance. Feels even, neither thin nor dense. Sound keeps a plain tone, present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the condition returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals entry, nothing suggests exit. Without pushing, neither inside nor outside. And stay. The boundary remains, the distance remains, the sound remains ongoing. Da 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 da. Nothing waits to begin, nothing pauses midway. Sound stays active without signaling. The body continues naturally, no preparation, no delay. Small actions connect without intention, without force. The surface responds evenly, each contact the same. Breathing remains quiet, in, out, without awareness. Nothing is on hold at this moment. Nothing is on hold and it works. Attention stays loosely engaged, not fixed, not drifting. No sound calls for reaction. No silence has to be filled. Time moves as a single stretch, unbroken, unmarred. Everything stays available. Nothing is on hold at the same level. Nothing is on hold and it holds. The voice remains internal, never projecting outward. Phrases appear briefly, then dissolve without reply. Moments clear immediately, leaving no trace. The flow stays functional because it doesn't stop. Groove section, a steady condition, repeats without accent. Another follows without response. Nothing fills the interval between repetitions. This continues long enough to fade. Distance feels ordinary, not framed, not evaluated. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing dissolves away. The environment maintains balance without guidance. Nothing is on hold, still neutral, still open. Nothing is on hold and remains. Duration feels even, neither compressed nor stretched. Sound keeps a plain texture present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the condition returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals waiting, nothing to just release. Nothing is on hold without lifting, without pushing. Nothing is on hold and stays. The moment remains, the motion remains, the sound remains ongoing. The temperature stays even, not warming, not cooling. Sound settles into place without comment, without aim. The body notices nothing because nothing changes. Small actions continue, not time, just repeated. The surface feels consistent, each contact the same. Breathe in, adjust quietly in, out, without decision. Temperature doesn't shift without effort. Temperature doesn't shift and holds air. Minutes pass without texture, they don't stand apart, they blend. Tension rests nearby, not tight, not drifting. No moment asks for response, no signal marks importance. Everything stays usable. Temperature doesn't shift at the same level. Temperature doesn't shift and works. The voice remains contained, never reaching outward. Phrases appear, then stop without connection. Moments clear immediately, leaving no trace. The flow stays functional because it doesn't vary. Groove section, a steady condition, repeats at the same intensity. Another follows without answer. Nothing fills the interval between repetitions. This continues long enough to disappear. Distance feels ordinary, not evaluated, not framed. Nothing sharp enters, nothing fades suddenly. The environment maintains balance without guidance. The temperature doesn't shift, still neutral, still open. The temperature doesn't shift and remains so. Duration feels even, neither dense nor thin. Sound keeps a plain tone present but restrained. Breathing continues, a notice second groove section. The condition returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals a change, nothing suggests a peak. Final move. Temperature doesn't shift without lifting, without pushing. The temperature doesn't shift and stays. The level remains, the condition remains, the time remains ongoing. Nothing prepares the change, it never arrives. Sound is already steady at a usable level. The task continues midstream, no start, no end. Hands return to motion without instruction, without review. The surface responds consistently, every contact the same. Breathing stays shallow, in, out, without notice. No transition is required to continue. No transition is required to stay here. Everything remains usable. Attention rests where it lands, not held, not redirected. No cue suggests adjustment, no signal calls for pause. Time moves as one stretch, unbroken, unmarked. Everything stays accessible. No transition is required at this level. No transition is required to hold. Everything remains steady. The voice stays internal, never projecting outward. Lines appear then stop without connection. Moments clear immediately, leaving no trace. The flow stays functional because it doesn't shift. Groove section, steady action repeats at the same pressure. Another follows without reply. Nothing fills the interval between actions. This continues long enough to fade. Distance feels ordinary, not framed, not evaluated. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing dissolves away. The environment maintains balance without guidance. No transition is required, still neutral, still open. No transition is required and remains. Duration feels even, neither compressed nor stretched. Sound keeps keeps a plain texture present but restrained. Breathing continues, unnoticed. Second groove section, the action returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals a shift, nothing suggests an end. No transition is required without lifting, without pushing. No transition is required and stays. No ease. The task remains, the motion remains, the sound remains ongoing. Nothing lines up in order, it simply exists side by side. Sound settles without intent, already balanced, already usable. Events don't arrange themselves, they appear, then leave space. No sequence has to be followed, no step suggests the next. The surface remains consistent without response, without emphases. Breathing stays light, in, out, without rhythm changing. Nothing lines up in order, without effort. Nothing lines up in order, and worse. Attention moves freely, not guided, not scattered. No sound becomes central, no silence feels empty. Time spreads evenly across the same span without division. Everything stays accessible. Nothing lines up in order at the same level. Nothing lines up in order and holds. The voice remains internal, never projected outward. Lines appear independently, they don't connect, they stop. Moments clear immediately, leaving no trace. The flow stays functional because it doesn't organize itself. Groove section, a condition repeats without pattern. Another follows without reply. Nothing fills the intervals, they remain open. This continues long enough to fade. Distance feels neutral, not measured, not framed. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing dissolves away. The environment maintains balance without guidance. Nothing lines up in order, still neutral, still open. Nothing lines up in order and remains. Our duration feels even, neither dense nor thin. Sound keeps a plain tone, present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the condition returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals completion, nothing suggests priority. Finding lines up in order, without lifting, without pushing. Lines up in order and stay. The arrangement remains, the spacing remains, the sound remains ongoing. The space between a rolling, not empty. reality, not active. Sound settles into the background, already balanced, already usable. No, people pass without pattern, not interacting, just sharing distance. The floor holds steady, every step the same way. Objects remain in place, used and left as they are. Breathing stays shallow and out, without focus. This space stays in between, without direction. This space stays in between, and words. Time moves as a wide span, no beginning, no end. Attention opens slightly, then relaxes again. Nothing becomes urgent, nothing fades into rest. Everything stays available. This space stays in between, at the same level. This space stays in between, and the voice remains contained, never projecting. Phrases appear briefly, then dissolve without response. Moments pass cleanly, leaving no trace. The flow stays functional because nothing interrupts it. Groove section, a steady sound repeats at a constant distance. Another follows without reply. Intervals remain intact between repetitions. This continues long enough to blend. Distance feels neutral, not judged, not framed. Nothing sharp enters, nothing dissolves away. The environment maintains balance without guidance. So this space stays in between, still neutral, still open. This space stays in between and remains. Duration feels even, neither compressed nor stretched. Sound keeps a plain texture present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the condition returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals arrival, nothing suggests departure. This space stays in between, without lifting, without pushing. This space stays in between. The space remains, the distance remains, the sound remains ongoing. Nothing signals the moment, it arrives already underway. Sound exists at a steady layer, not requesting attention. Time moves without markers, no alert, no reminder. The body continues without instruction, without pause. Small actions follow each other, not arranged, just occurring. Breathing stays even in, out, without notice. Nothing signals the moment, it continues on its own. Nothing signals the moment and works. Attention remains flexible, not fixed, not drifting. No sound interrupts, no silence stands out. The sequence stays uninterrupted. One span without edges, everything remains accessible. Nothing signals the moment at the same intensity. projecting outward. Lines appear, then clear without response. Moments resolve immediately, leaving no trace. The flow stays functional because it doesn't announce itself. Groove section, a condition repeats at the same strain. Another follows without reply. Nothing fills the intervals, they stay open. This continues long enough to fade. Distance feels ordinary, not framed, not evaluated. Nothing sharp enters, nothing dissolves away. The environment maintains balance without guidance. Nothing signals the moment, still neutral, still open. Nothing signals the moment and remains. Duration feels even, neither compressed nor stretched. Sound keeps a plain tone, present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the condition returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals a change. Nothing suggests an end. Nothing signals the moment without lifting, without pushing. Nothing signals the moment and stays. The moment remains. The timing remains. The sound remains ongoing. The surface stays clear, nothing placed for display, nothing removed. Sound hits nearby at a workable level, already settled. Objects keep their positions used and returned. FG stay visible, nothing overlaps, nothing convenes. Culture remains neutral, supported, but unnoticed. Breathing those quiet bins are without attention. Distance stays clear without effort. Distance stays clear and works. Tight bass, season small, use unmarked, but consistent. Contention moves across the surface, not gleaming, but skipping. No task becomes urgent, no pause becomes a break. Everything keeps its wall. Distance stays clear, like the scene brightness. Distance stays clear and holds. The voice remains internal, never projecting. Lines you burst separately, they don't cannot fade. Moments resolve immediately, leaving spaces the past. The flow stays usable because it doesn't shift. Growth section, a simple action that acts then repeats again. No action responds to the previous one. Stays remains between motions in time. This continues long enough to fade. Distance feels practical, not measured, not judged. Nothing sharp and truth, nothing drops away. Arrangement maintains balance without guidance. The light runs the length without bright spots, without shadow. Sound settles early along the walls, without direction. The passage stays open, clear and continuous. Nothing narrows the way, nothing widens it. The surface stays even from start to finish. Breathe in or just quietly in, out without thought. This corridor keeps its light without emphasis. This corridor keeps its light and continues. Movement passes through, not staying, not leaving. Attention remains nearby, loose but aware. Time doesn't mark progress, it stretches evenly along the same line. Everything stays accessible. This corridor keeps its light at the same level. This corridor keeps its light and word. The voice stays contained, never projecting. Phrases don't echo, they appear then stop. Moments don't collect, they clear as they pass. The flow stays usable because it doesn't change. Groove section, steady condition repeats along the same distance. No accent forms, no response follows. Intervals remain intact between repetitions. This continues long enough to fade. Distance feels neutral, not measured, not judged. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing drops away. The structure holds together without instruction. This corridor keeps its light still neutral, still open. This corridor keeps its light and remains. Duration feels balanced, neither compressed nor extended. Sound keeps a plain texture, present but restrained. Breathing continues, unnoticed. Second groove section, the condition returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals arrival, nothing suggests an end. This corridor keeps its light without lifting, without pushing. This corridor keeps its light and stays. The light remains, the passage remains, the sound remains ongoing. Clouds remain in place, not gathering, not breaking. Sound arrives evenly, without direction, without comment. Air feels consistent across the same distance. Nothing presses forward, nothing pulls back. The surface stays dry and stays dry again. Breathe within adapts quietly in, out, without notice. This weather holds its pattern without emphases. This weather holds its pattern and continues. Light spreads at one strength, no shift, no edge. Attention drifts briefly, then returns on its own. Time doesn't announce changes, it passes as a single stretch. Everything stays readable. This weather holds its pattern at the same intensity. This weather holds its pattern and words. The voice remains internal, never projecting outward. Phrases don't lean, they settle then stop. Moments pass cleanly, leaving no residue. The flow stays usable because it doesn't vary. Groove section, a steady condition, repeats, then repeats again. No accent forms, no response follows. Intervals stay intact between repetitions. This continues long enough to blend. Distance feels ordinary, not framed, not evaluated. Nothing sharp enters, nothing dissolves away. The environment keeps balance without instruction. This weather holds its pattern, still neutral, still open. This weather holds its pattern and remains. Duration feels even, neither heavy nor thin. Sound keeps a plain tone, present but restrained. Breathing continues, unnoticed. Second groove section, the condition returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals a change, nothing suggests a peak. This weather holds its pattern without lifting, without pushing. This weather holds its pattern and stays. The clouds remain, the light remains, the condition remains ongoing. A list without priorities, already written, already there. Sound stays at a working level, neither close nor distant. The sequence unfolds calmly, no item stands above another. Each action completes itself, then steps aside. The surface receives the motion, without reaction, without comment. Breathing follows along, in, out, unnoticed. This list holds together without urgency. This list holds together without demand. Everything stays workable. Attention moves across the page, not lingering, not skipping. Nothing asks to be finished first, nothing waits its turn. Time moves as a single field, unbroken, unsegmented. Everything remains available. This list holds together at the same intensity. This list holds together without pressure. Everything stays steady. Yeah, the voice remains internal, never presenting. Lines don't point forward, they sit side by side. Moments resolve quietly as soon as they pass. The flow stays functional. 'cause it doesn't rank. Groove section, a simple action repeats, then another. No action responds to the previous one. Space stays between them intact. This continues long enough to fade from notice. Yeah. Distance feels procedural, not measured, not judged. Nothing sharp interrupts, nothing falls away. Yeah. The system maintains balance without supervision. This list holds together, still neutral, still open. Still neutral, still open. This list holds together and remains, oh, yeah. Duration feels even, neither compressed nor stretched. Sound keeps a plain tone consistent and light. Breathing continues unnoticed, second groove section. The sequence returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals completion, nothing suggests priority. This list holds together without lifting, without pushing. Without pushing. This list holds together and stays. The order remains, the actions remain, the sound remains ongoing. The day starts already moving, no cue, no signal. Sound exists at a constant level, neither near nor far. The body joins the timing, without preparation, without delay. Small actions repeat, not identical, but close enough the surface reacts evenly. Each contact without variation. Breathing settles early and out and out. The day moves at one speed, not faster, not slower. The day moves at one speed and holds. Thoughts appear intermittently, they don't cluster, they don't stay. Attention stays loosely engaged, never tight, never absent. Time doesn't segment here, it flows as one length without edges. Nothing separates 1 minute from the next. The day moves at one speed, at the same depth, not emphasized. The day moves at one speed and continues. Voice remains internal, not projected, not shaped. Lines exist independently, they don't respond to each other. Moments resolve as soon as they pass. The flow remains workable because it doesn't shift. Groove section, a steady pattern repeats without accent. Sound follows the motion without comment. Nothing fills the intervals, they stay open. This continues long enough to blend. Distance feels ordinary, not framed, not judged. Nothing sharp interrupts, nothing fades suddenly. The setting keeps coherence without adjustment. The day moves at one speed, still neutral, still open. The day moves at one speed and remains. Duration feels even, neither heavy nor thin. Sound keeps a balanced tone present, but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the pattern returns unchanged. signals a change, nothing suggests a peak. Final fate moves at one speed, without lifting, without pushing. The day moves at one speed, without pushing. The day moves at one speed and stays. The motion remains, the timing remains, the sound remains ongoing. The scene is already set. Before anything happens, nothing adds itself. Sound sits at a fixed point, not calling, not hiding. The body settles naturally, no adjustment required, just stay. Small movements continue without pattern, but familiar. The surface responds evenly, each contact the same way. Breathing stays shallow and out without focus. Nothing needs extra weight to continue. Nothing needs extra weight to feel complete. This stays light and invisible. Thoughts arrive softly, then lose definition on their own. Attention stays wide, not directed, but present. Time moves without markers, no edges, no divisions. Everything blends into the same duration. Nothing needs extra weight at this level. Nothing needs extra weight to hold. This stays light and steady. The voice remains contained, never reaching outward. Lines don't connect, they appear, then stop. Moments clear immediately, leaving no trace. The flow remains functional because it doesn't change. Groove section, a simple motion repeats at the same strength. Sound follows without leading. Nothing fills the space between repetitions. This continues long enough to fade from awareness. Distance feels ordinary, not evaluated, not framed. Nothing sharp enters, nothing pulls focus. The setting holds together without effort. Nothing needs extra weight, still relax. Nothing needs extra weight to remain. This stays light and works. Ooh, duration feels even, neither dense nor thin. Sound keeps a plain color warm but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the motion returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals a change, nothing suggests an ending. Nothing needs extra weight without lifting in. Nothing needs extra weight to stay. This stays light and remains. Or the moment continue without emphasis, without closure. Still there. The color fills the frame. Before anything moves, nothing has to begin. Sound is already present, waiting without intent. Movement starts casually, no direction given, just forward motion. The ground responds evenly each time without feedback. Posture finds its balance, not adjusted, just held. Breathing stays quiet, in, out without notice. This groove stays in the background, not leading, not pulling. This groove stays in the background and works. Thoughts appear briefly, then thin out on their own. Attention stays open, loose, but available. Time moves evenly across color, across motion. Nothing separates one moment from the next. This groove stays in the background at the same level, not lifting. This groove stays in the background and holds. The body follows familiarity because it fits, not because it insists. No section rises, no section resolves. Everything stays blended. Moments pass through, leaving space as they go. Group section. A simple pattern repeats, soft, consistent sound and motion align without signaling. Nothing fills the gaps, they remain. This continues long enough to disappear from focus. Distance feels neutral, not measured, not judged. Nothing sharp enters, nothing fades suddenly. The scene keeps its balance without correction. This groove stays in the background, still relaxed, not emphasized. This groove stays in the background and remains. 5. Duration feels steady, not short, not long. Sound keeps a warm tone, present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the pattern returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals a change, nothing suggests a peak. This groove stays in the background without lifting, without pushing. Oh, this groove stays in the background and stays. The color remains, the motion remains, the sound remains ongoing. Nothing is being chosen, nothing stands apart. Sound remains available at a steady level. The body continues evenly, no decision made, no direction preferred. Small actions occur, then clear without attachment. The surface responds the same way each time, without bias. Breathing stays regular and out without notice. Nothing is being chosen at this point. Nothing is being chosen, and it works. Attention moves lightly, not fixed, not scattered. No sound has to be followed, no silence has to be filled. Time stretches as one field, unbroken, unmarked. Everything stays accessible. Nothing is being chosen. Ooh, at the same level. Yeah. Nothing is being chosen. Ooh, and holds. The voice remains internal, never projecting outward. Lines appear independently, they don't agree, they don't compete. Moments resolve immediately, leaving no trace. The flow stays functional because it doesn't select groove section. A neutral condition repeats without accent. Another follows without response. Nothing fills the intervals, they stay open. This continues long enough to fade. Distance feels ordinary, not framed, not evaluated. Ooh, nothing sharp intrudes, nothing dissolves away. Environment maintains balance without guidance. Nothing is being chosen, still neutral, still open. Nothing is being chosen and remains. Duration feels even, neither compressed nor stretched. Sound keeps a plain texture, present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed, second groove section. The condition returns unchanged. Ooh, silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals preference, nothing suggests a shift.